USBC Director of Coaching, Stephen Padilla, and I'm here today with outgoing Chairman of the AWBA, Wayne Weber. And Wayne, I'm going to ask you to share some information with us. You've got some experience and background with players getting involved into the pro shop side of the AWBA, and you've got 3 years of experience there already. So I just want to get some information, just kind of pass it along in this format. And let me start by asking briefly about bowling balls. I want to know a little bit about what you start with or what you recommend when players get into the beginning bowling ball weights for players and chairs.
Well, in bowling balls, beginners, I would start them out with a plastic ball, okay. Get them introduced that way, get them acclimated to that ball, you know, how they throw it and get it down the lane and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Being a quadriplegic, hand functions are an issue.
Sure.
And, you know, being in the pro shop, I know a few pitch tricks that you can pitch your thumb or fingers, whatever, into helping you hold on to the ball.
Sure.
And then you would progress to a medium range ball, mm-hmm. Nothing too aggressive. Right. Also ball speed comes into effect.
Okay.
You know, the big strapping paraplegics or you know, amputees that have, you know, more upper body strength than, you know, some of us, they can throw the big, you know, heavier balls. Right. You find very few that will be throwing a 16.
Okay.
You know, in our national tournament we bowl 15 games. Right. A 16-pound ball is going to take a lot out of you. Yeah. You need something that you can throw for 15 games without getting too tired.
Sure.
So in ball weight, it's all relevant to what you can, you know, handle basically. Sure. You know, don't throw something too light and don't throw something too heavy.
Okay, so obviously with different techniques and different abilities from the players, you'll recommend starting at a lighter ball weight, is kind of what you're saying, and build your way up, right?
Yes, lighter ball weight. When I initially started, out with, when I initially started with a finger ball, mm-hmm. I started out with an 8-pound ball and worked my way up. And of course, in my condition, with my hand the way it is, I don't have grip. So drilling the finger holes a little snug, or drilling them enough so we can tape them up to make them snug, help me hold on to the ball more.
Knowing the pro shop industry from my side of it, a lot of it is customization. Even at the beginning level, when you're just getting out there, maybe you're getting a house ball for your first time and you're trying to get that down the lanes, and you're looking for the right weight that matches that person. Is there anything specific you're trying to look for in an individual when they're getting their first bowling ball, brand new to the sport, they're in the chair? What kind of things are you looking for to help them get the right ball weight?
Well, I'm looking for something that they can handle. You know, you put a 16-pound ball in somebody's lap, and it's heavy because you got no holes in it.
Yeah.
So you test it that way, okay. Basically, and then you get something, you know, too light, and then you jockey around a little bit here and there with ball weight to find out exactly what they really should use.
I understand stability is real important when it comes to obviously being able to deliver the same kind of motion one after another when it comes to consistency. So lighter ball weight, that the bowler's not oversteering the ball one way or the other, or too heavy where the ball's not guiding them or moving them unstably in their chair.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from bowling ball, proper bowling weight for somebody starting out, maybe even for you guys up to 15 pounds, like you said, most of your players at the AWBA level, move into equipment or bowling bags to get that stuff moved around. What are you guys carrying most of the time when you're out there in the chairs?
Basically, we do a 2-ball tote.
Okay.
I usually carry 2 balls. I have a smaller bag, just balls only. If I'm taking four balls to a tournament or something like that, but basically it's just a 2-ball tote.
Okay.
You get a ball that's not really aggressive, drilled up, not aggressive.
Sure.
Then you got one for a little more oily lanes that can be a little more aggressive, so you can cut through the oil.
So having once you've established your game a little bit, maybe you've got some technique involved. Now you start to put multiple pieces of equipment into your game, just like any other bowler would that's trying to navigate multiple lane conditions or even a transitioning lane condition.
Yes.
And obviously, it's important to have those tools in the bag to be competitive at your level, especially.
Oh, definitely, yes, yes.
So after getting your stuff, and I've had a chance, fortunately, to be able to compete in some of the events you guys have had here in our area, and I've watched a lot of players come in with more than just 2 bowling balls into their competition. And I've seen some players also carry or bring bags behind their chairs, either a 3-ball tote. I've seen 1 or 2 players actually come in with a 4-ball, and they've had the serious players, I guess, come in with more equipment. But as you develop, I guess that's what happens as you develop more need for more equipment, and then you find out ways to get that to the venue as well.
Yeah, you really only need maybe 2, maybe 4 balls.
Okay.
You know, 1 for dry conditions, 1 for medium, and 1 for the long oil or heavy oil, whatever. You know, you can establish that through your own league, your own bowling center, and figure out what you really need to take. Right. I like to bowl in 2 different houses because I get 2 different shots.
Great. So even on the competitive side too, like you said, you're going to see more opportunity for changing lane conditions where you may need more equipment. But like you said, you're probably not bringing in 5, 6, 10-ball arsenals like I've seen some players walk into centers with and try to compete with. Yeah. Perhaps it's overly confusing for some players, but at the level where you are at the highest level of competition, you're only seeing maybe 3, 4 balls in an arsenal.
Yeah, like this week we had our national tournament. I brought 2 balls. Mm-hmm. 1 ball stayed in the bag all week. So, you got to get comfortable with your equipment. Sure. And know what it's doing when you throw the ball. And that way you can shrink down your arsenal of balls.
Make it manageable, right?
Make it manageable, yeah.
So I want to take it one more step further. I know with not just wheelchair bowlers, but with anybody that has a specific set of needs when it comes to fitting the hand. I know you've done some custom fitting for players along the way. And I know at my level and the levels I've coached right up to some of the world-class athletes, no one has the same exact grip or no one has the same fitting.
Oh, no.
Pitches are different, adjustments are different depending on what you prefer to do. But you see in your pro shop experience a lot of different grip varieties, and they're custom fit based on that player's ability just as their ability allows them to be able to be competitive or hold on. So what kind of things do you see, or what kind of things do you adjust for in trying to customize somebody's grip?
Well, with somebody with normal hand function, it's not too difficult to get them with a good grip. I like to work with guys that have grip problems. Myself, like I said, I started out with a conventional grip. I actually started out with a snap handle ball. Okay. Then I went to a conventional grip ball, where I made sure my fingers were in there nice and tight, and just the momentum of the ball would bring it off my hand. Great. And then getting into the pro shop business, basically I found out that a wider grip, a fingertip grip, I can actually hold on to better. Okay. And my partner took a soup can and said, okay, hold it around the barrel, okay, and that would be a conventional grip, and shake the can a little bit. Of course, with my hand, it kind of slipped out.
Limited ability.
But you hold it end to end, like fingertip, and it's got more control.
Huh, interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely gave you 2 perspectives on kind of what the hand would do in order to hold on to something,
yes.
For sure.
And right now, in my bowling ball, I got fingertip grip, and it's very wide. Yeah. But I make sure that my thumb, I have it taped up. Make sure that I wiggle my thumb in to the point where it's all the way in the hole. But when I swing the ball, it'll come off all right.
So you have everything custom fit for your hand already, so that if you needed to make adjustments to either tape in the thumb hole or perhaps maybe adjust the size of an insert,
Yeah.
easy to do, right? Easy to turn around
Oh,
and not have a
oh yeah,
problem.
easy to do, yeah.
Yeah.
While you're playing, yeah.
Same kind of customization I see in a lot of
Yeah.
players when it comes to the athletes that I get a chance to work
Yes,
with. So,
yeah.
informationally, as far as not just getting equipment in your hands, but being successful at a high level in your sport, at your level of where you compete. I hear you're the guy to go to. So if anybody has questions or concerns down the road and wants information, I know that the AWBA is able to offer you guys your information, obviously, to reach them and touch base with them, and they can always ask questions if they have something else
Yes,
down the
yeah.
road, right?
Oh, yeah. If anybody has any questions, please contact the AWBA.
Absolutely. So if you got questions or are interested in knowing more about the AWBA or how to get involved in equipment, especially at the high level of competition that Wayne competes at here, contact the AWBA and get some information as soon as you can.